Hello everyone, this is TheDeputation, here to give you a layout update, as well as a news update. For the news, what I'm recording with right now is a brand new Kodak C1050 camera. It's got 16 megapixels, sorry I had to look at the front. So it's got 16 megapixels. The camera I was using for the last 4 or so videos was my old Nikon Coolpix 8 megapixel one. I was using that because the camera that I used before that for like my first ever videos, like my first ever layout update or shop update, that was a brand new 2010 Nikon Coolpix camera with the 12 megapixels, and then it broke about 2 months ago, or had a lot of problems with it. And they wanted to charge us a lot for the pretty much like a price of a new camera just to get it fixed. And my mom got a discount at Staples on this brand new camera that does a lot more, has a better zoom quality, can zoom a lot further in, like that, and overall it just looks a lot better. So that's all I'll be using, and I'm sure it'll look better and sound a lot better. Also, if you ever wondered what we started out with, well, this isn't what we started out with, but when we first got this new board, 4x8 sheet of wood, on a Christmas morning, so you can see we got it at 11. This was at 11:01, about 3 or so hours before, about 2 hours before or after I woke up, and me and my brother started tearing down the old layout, which is like a green 4x4 one, which is the exact same thing as that thing right here. See, it was just that size. That was the one we had back in 1993. Then we got another one which was slightly better, but they're still pretty crappy. I'll have a picture of what it used to look like as the green layout in a couple of weeks or a couple of days when I get the photo printed. But this is what we started out with after about an hour of disassembling and tearing down the old layout, disassembling the track, taking all the cars out, taking all the buildings off, taking all the freight cars out, and this is where we started out. We already had a loop, but that's all new track that was on there. It still is, at least on most of the outer loop, and most of it's just brand new. Like the flex track's all new, almost all the switches are brand new, all the main lines new. Most of it's just all new. The track nowadays that I use is just old track that I've been able to totally clean and repair. So that's what we use now. Let's see, there's just a little Southern Pacific local freight just to test it. There's Rock Island 2121, a Blockman 260, then I made it a 060, then it broke. And there's a Metrolink coach to test to see if it can run the radiuses of the corners, and it does. There's just a pile of track, a couple of hoppers, just looking at that. We pretty much it took about 2 or 3 hours before we finally got everything the way we wanted to, but we're still not even done. I mean, if you look at from the day we started, to 7 to 8 months later, there's been a tremendous amount of improvements. May not look this entirely different, but to us it was. I go behind the scenes of this layout to work on all the engines and the coaches to make sure that they all run smooth and without problems. Track work is probably my main work on this layout. That's what I mainly do and make sure it's working fine before I start work on any other things. So that's what we started out with. That's what we started out with, this new layout just 8 months ago. And now this is my completed station platform project. I used to have my station platforms done, but they were never done correctly. Like if the track, if you looked at it from this angle, it wouldn't be straight. So I always thought in the back of my mind I wanted to redo it, and never really had the time to do it. But then earlier today, I was able to find time to do it, and I spent about an hour. Since I wood glued it down, it was the old one. It was a real pain in the neck getting it off. Pried it off with. It took a little digging into the wood a little bit to get underneath it, then prying it off. The middle sheet, which would have been right here, gave me the most problems. The older one, see, it even split in half a couple times, and it was hard to finally crumble it all off. But I did end up getting it off and replacing it with all these new ones. They're just Home Depot paint sticks that were free at Home Depot, and so it's pretty much just a free thing to build station platforms out of. To me, it looks really good. I mean, I could paint it later on, but right now, to me, it just looks great. And we extended it all the way out to the switchboard. We also have these little areas. I'm going to find a new one. This isn't glued down at all. I wouldn't, because I'm going to look at making a new piece for that section. Also extended it outward to the end of this track. So that's a newly completed project. And to also try to wrap it up here, have some big news. I got a lot more money now, and originally for my birthday, if you ever go back and look at my channel, I had a video called Birthday Gifts 1, Part 1 of 3, 2 of 3, but never 3 of 3, because I was supposed to be getting a Blackman Thomas Deluxe set, which I got. I was never, the Daylight coaches were in Birthday Gifts 2 of 3 because they were supposed to come for Christmas, and they arrived on my birthday, ironically, because they were their due dates are pretty much like I don't even know what you want to call that, but like the dates that they were shipped out, the shipment dates were incorrect so many times, and they finally got here along with my Daylight steam locomotive, and so it just came around the time of my birthday, so I just put that into that. But the third gift I was supposed to get was a Bachmann Spectrum 280 in the Western Maryland paint scheme. And every day ever since that, I've been bugging my dad, because it was out of stock when we ordered it, and I've been bugging him every day to reorder it. But now, since this week, since I got more money from doing favors for a friend, like watching their cat, right now I'm saving up quite a bit of money. I have 45 bucks, and since my dad said, like when I asked him about ordering the locomotive again, he said, well, aren't you going to the train store this weekend anyways? So I go, yeah. He says, I'm just going to give you more money then. So I'm like, alright. So looks like I could be getting a nice new locomotive. That's what it looks like. I kind of wish he didn't, though. I wish he, truth be told, I wish he would have just ordered the locomotive and just made me stick with my own money, because, you know, because the money he might give me might be enough to get a nice locomotive, but that might be it. Because I still need the toggle switch and a couple of extra insulated rail joiners so I can start my 2-train operation project. So I'll be starting that too, but I also want to look into getting some coaches, so I don't know. It'll just depend on what I'm looking at this weekend on Saturday and anything else that happens. But keep checking. This weekend there definitely will be another locomotive here. Not too sure what, or what you're going to expect, or what I'm going to expect. But just look for it on my channel, or look for my videos, and probably this Saturday you'll see a video of it. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice new locomotive, or a nice addition, or maybe some new coaches. Alright, this is The Deputation.